So today I listened to the album 13 Songs by Fugazi. Bit of an interesting connective bit of tissue between the 80s, or the alternative rock of the 80s, and the burgeoning alternative rock of the 90s. Obviously had a killer opener in Waiting Room, but I also found the vibes on Bulldog Front and Give Me the Cure to be delightful. Burning and Burning 2 were as fiery as the titles implied, and I quite enjoyed the burst of noise on Glue Man. I also really liked the guitar and bass work on the first couple minutes of the closing track, Promises, but that is not important. Welcome back to Let's Play a Little Goody Two-Shoes. Last time, we had a rather harrowing iteration of the Witching Hour that gave us quite a bit of suspicion regarding Rosenmarine, even if she was just portrayed by a doppelganger the whole time. Regardless of whether or not that is the case, the thread has spoken, and we should be hanging out with Freya today when the time comes around. And I'll just, even if Rosenmarine becomes available at the same time or earlier, we're just going to ignore her. She needs to spend some time thinking about what she's done. Regardless, we are tasked with finding her to start this day off, so we may as well get to work on that. The front yard held no answers in regards to the mystery of Rosenmarine, so I think it's time we head back to our little granary in the back. Honestly, I still stand by that. It looks more like a chicken coop to me, but yeah, granary it is, granary it is. Hello, Rosenmarine.
Good morning, Elise.
Have you completely lost your wits, Rosenmarine? Last night in the woods, what were you thinking, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't... You weren't yourself, Rosenmarine." What do you mean?
Out with it!
Don't give me that now.
Oh, but I...
No, Elise, I didn't even step foot in the woods. You were with me the entire time, Rosenmarine. No, I wasn't. I couldn't follow you into the woods. The trees blocked my path. You went on ahead no matter how much I called for you, and I did wait for you, but you never came back for me. If that wasn't Rosenmarine, then who in the Lord's name?
Are you alright, Elise?
You look a little...
Rosenmarine.
You can talk to me. You don't have to keep it all to yourself.
You know,
I had a dream about you. It was...
Elise.
I saw you and your grandmother, and it felt like I was seeing your my path to finding you in Kieferberg.
It's fate,
Fate, you say? You still don't believe it, do you? Hard not to after last night. Oh, did you get it? Huh? Why, the testament, Elise. Yes, those crows, I was offered a strand of my own hair, and... Oh, Elise, that's wonderful. All you need to do is to prepare it to be eaten. Eaten? Remember, these are gifts you're giving to him, Elise. But it's... hair. A part of your own mortal body, yes. And gifts for the host, food, drink, and good company. Well, I imagine you just need a little bit of seasoning for that, and it'll be all fine. Food, you say? The tender flesh needs to be food?
Are you alright, Elise?
You look tired, Elise. Is everything alright? I feel like I'm losing my wits, Rosenmarine.
Elise.
Come now, let's head out to work. Everything's falling into place, Elise. You'll see. So, looks like Rosenmarine has rejoined our party. Hopefully she'll have time to ease the tension between her and Elise. She doesn't even seem to be aware of why there is any tension to begin with. Obviously, let's see our party talk to start the day off. Say, Elise, I've been wondering about that room upstairs. Granny Holly's bedroom. What about it? Wouldn't you like me to clean it as well? There's no need. I don't go in there at all. All the more reason to give it a good sweeping. I haven't been in there since she passed, you see. Oh, I'm so sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to. That's alright. In fact, I don't even have the key anymore. I locked it up the day she passed, and I don't know where I put it. I understand, Elise. I wonder what happened to that key. Knowing myself, I may have thrown it off the peaks. That sounds like a dangling plot thread for later. Perhaps we should keep that key to Granny Holly's bedroom in mind. Regardless, let's see, can we even work at this time of day, or are we just going to get roasted by the villagers for our little, shall we say, stunt last night? I was going to say, we've got quite a bit of suspicion built, so if we were able to bribe Mandy right now, that would be desirable. Get a little bit of the heat off of us. We've got some nice Lebkuchen to give her. That's gotta be worth something, right? Oh, I'm going the completely wrong way again. So often I just want to go to the viewpoint, but no, to Kieferberg proper we go. That's where we need to be, and that is where we are heading. May as well just once again enjoy this delightful bit of creekside parkour. Waiting for somebody to say, that's not parkour, you fool, and I'm going to say, you know what, she's doing a little bit of jumping. That's good enough for me. Ominous. Oh, there's so many crows.
What is this?
What are these crows doing here?
Are you alright, Elise?
Is everything alright? This can't be good. I'd best hurry. We should probably remain tight-lipped about the crows, though. Lest the townspeople think anything of us. Let them bring it up first, Elise. Something I'd say is worth wondering about, Rosemarine, is how Flock lost his eye, wouldn't you say? Oh, I've always wondered about that. I suppose he must have gotten injured, or could have been a branch, or he might have fallen, perhaps. Doesn't seem he's in pain, at least. Oh, how I wish I could talk to him. I have so many questions. Such as? Why he followed me, firstly. Your hat's made of hay. That's my best guess. Oh, and I'd ask him his name, too. Isn't it Flock? I was the one who thought of that. It's not really his name. He's a goat, Rosemarine. Why, but he still has his own character, Elise. We're done wondering about useless things, Rosemarine. Oh, but it's so much fun, isn't it? Yeah, that is a good question. How would an animal self-identify if it could be spoken to? Something to chew on, much like the cans and pieces of grass that I'm sure Flock also chews on. Let's see. Hey, you get an acorn here, so maybe I should be thankful for the crows. Hey, because I mentioned the crows yesterday, do you think that'll get a little bit of the heat off of me when the townspeople realize, well, Elise was talking about these crows yesterday. Maybe she was onto something. Eh? Is that too much wishful thinking? Oh, there you are. Lebkuchen asked me to warn you two. What happened, Granny Gretel? Oh, poor Apfel struck a dreadful fever. Lebkuchen and Lisbeth were up all night looking after him. Is he alright? Seems so, but after that high of a fever, I wouldn't want him frolicking about too much. Where is he now, Granny Gretel? In church, I believe. Lebkuchen said Father Hans intends to keep watch over him today. Father Hans? Oh, it's one thing after another here in Kieferberg, isn't it? You're right. You know what, Granny? We should probably spend some of our hard-earned cash on bread. Particularly because we are going to be bringing Rosemarine along on some work so that she doesn't create yet more suspicion on Elise. We're having some problems with that. Should I buy a pretzel just for a little bit of healing? Yeah, I think I can get by without it, so let's just buy a few pieces of bread here, leave myself with 20 tiffle for a run back. Since we've already perfected the art of kissing the rat, we will instead move on to other games that I failed. I would particularly like to do egg picking, since that was the first one we failed, so it is the one that's highest up on the list for redemption, I think. If it's even something we can do immediately, I would appreciate the opportunity. Can't find out what jobs are available to us until we get the next story sequence, though.
What in the Lord's name?
What is all this? I don't think I've ever seen so many crows at once. Come, Rosemarine, we must find out what's going on. Certainly a bad omen. It'll remind me of the curse of Evil Tim out here. Say, Rosemarine, you know this so, don't you? Somewhat, yes. That explains it, I suppose. Explains what? Why the patches on your dress are so clumsy! Oh, we could ask Mrs. Marielle to help, you know. Oh, but I quite like my dress. That's alright, but I'd say you deserve better and newer clothes is all. I don't need better, Elise. This is my dress. It's been with me for years now. All these patches and tears mean something to me, you see? What's that moon-shaped one mean, then? Oh, this is from an old blanket of mine. It brings me comfort to have it with me wherever I go. And the squares? Granny patched it for me when I fell off a tree. I can't bring myself to part with it now that she's gone. Fine. You have your reasons. I appreciate the thought, Elise. So Rosemarine has the one, count it, one dress. Hopefully she washes that before she goes to bed every night. Regardless. Well, we'll be scraping bird poop off the roofs for weeks, Elma. Oh, Elise, would you take a look at this nonsense? These crows I see. All of Kieferberg is thick with the filthy things. I told everyone I'd seen them yesterday, Mrs. Elma. They're a pest, and Lord knows where they've come from. Oh, but they're not dangerous, I'm certain. What are you saying, lass? Of course they are! You'd best talk some sense into your cousin, Elise. She's clearly not all there, the poor lass. Alright, let's go, Rosemarine. Ah, yes. So, is that the lie that we are running with now? As Rosemarine's a little bit spacey. Seems a little judgmental there. What was you? Bertha? Sorry. I mean, we just talked to her. Hold on. I gotta see your name again. This is bad. This is very bad. I figure out why these crows are in Kieferberg fast. Alright, so we do not get the chance to see her name again. I apologize. There is quite the rich cast of characters in this town, and goodness gracious, yeah, these things are everywhere. What is this? What is this? I see we've got our little effigy. We've been seeing a lot of that symbol everywhere. I should probably buy a sanity restorative when we have the money for it. Elise is going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with all the golden ladies that she's been meeting. By the way, it was pointed out for me that not every single one of those golden ladies we've come across were wearing the red shoes. It was just the most recent one that was, and I honestly hadn't been paying that much attention, so I was curious, like, am I just noticing this, or was it just that one that had the red shoes thus far? No use whining about it, Jacob. It's a no. But Granny! What's wrong, Mrs. Marlin? It's Apfel, lass. He came down with a fever last night. I've heard, yes. Do you know if he's feeling better, Mrs. Marlin? He is. Seems the fever was gone in the morning, but Libkuchen said the poor lad was delirious. Oh, please let me go see him, Granny. Absolutely not, Jacob. That's final. Where is he right now, Mrs. Marlin? In church, I've heard. Oh, I could go wait for him by the fountain. Wait for your father to come back, Jacob. I wouldn't want you at these birds' mercy, either. But Granny... This also goes for you two. Don't go near those crows, you hear? Oh, but have they hurt anyone? Lord knows they could! I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really look like we get much of a choice in this matter. They are everywhere, so I feel like we're going to end up in their proximity, no matter what. I should have believed you last night, Elise. I suppose. Not that it would have prevented anything, though. Oh, the dreadful things are everywhere. They've been circling the windmill all morning, you see. The lads are still up trying to do away with them. Circling the windmill? What for? Why, to steal our grain, Elise. Those crows are a bad omen, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to lend old Johann's notions any weights, but we should give it some thought, I'd say. Now that's a bad omen. Oh dear, yeah. They're actually putting serious stock in what Johann is saying. It is a sign of the end times. But does this buy me a little bit of amnesty? Come on, Elise was right about the crows, guys. Fellas? I'll take good care of it, Father. There's nothing to see here, Elise. You'd best head back to town. You were the one who first saw these crows, weren't you, Elise? It's not as though you folks believed me when it mattered. I've said it last night and I'll say it again. You're hiding. Matters not, old Johann. We must focus on the matter at hand. We all had our fill of trouble last night, didn't we? We don't need any more yelling, that's for certain. Now, they didn't steal that much grain, folks. How much did they steal, Mr. Gustav? About a sack in total. We got here in time to prevent the worst. The darn birds were building a nest in the oven! I'll have to give it a good scrubbing later. Doesn't seem they're keen on attacking us, at least. We've locked it up and trusted Eugen here with the key for now. I appreciate the trust. And of course, especially after all of yesterday's goings-on. Because he was stolen from? Because he has no horses to steal the grain with? Oh boy. Who's to stand guard here, then? Before we get into that, Bernhard, there's something I'd like to say. We're all well aware of what happened last night, however. We ought to stick together, folks, now more than ever. You heard the man. Kieferberg is what we make of it. Don't forget that. I'll head back to the church. Is Apfeld feeling better, Father? That's what I'm looking into, Flynn. You'd best go with Elise. Lebkuchen will fill you in, I'm certain. Oh, he's saying you best go with him, Elise. Okay, will do, Mr. Gustav. Yeah, slightly misinterpreted that. I was wondering, Elise. Mr. Bernhard said the crows were trying to make a nest in the oven. And I suppose it's a cozy little nook. I don't see what's so... So there's an oven in the windmill, right? There's always been an oven in the windmill, Rosemarine. What's your... The tender flesh, Elise. Wouldn't this be a good way to prepare it? Making bread out of it, you say? Maybe you could ask about town if they'd let you in. That's rather risky, Rosemarine. I suppose, but I can't think of any other way either. Not if I want to find him. It's worth a try, I'd say. Alright, I'll see what I can find out. Okay, time to do a little bit of investigative work as well. Let's see, more party talk. This is the Rosemarine I know, there's no doubt. I don't know what to make of last night's Rosemarine, though. Just a little bit of an observation from Elise there. I'd say they snuck in through the roof, Gustav. When did you realize the crows were in the windmill, Mr. Ludwig? Heinrich came about to collect some flour this morning. He was the one who gave the alert. So you've locked it up, have you? We must keep those birds out, Elise, or they'll take all our grain. Let's see, you could draw them away. Maybe if you scattered some grain elsewhere, Mr. Gustav, then the windmill could still be available, and we've thought about that, Elise. Nobody was in favor of wasting any more grain, lass. Ah, I see. We ought to keep a close eye on the windmill, Elise. You can have a word with Eugen, perhaps. No, of course. Okay. Thankfully, they didn't think anything was suspect about that. It was a valid suggestion, but one that they had already gone over. Better days will come, lad. When I'm settled in Primmeldorf, God willing. Don't make hasty decisions, Eugen. What is it, Elise? Let me see. You're rather trusted, Mr. Eugen. With the key to the windmill, even. The lass is right, Eugen. It's a shame for you to leave. Nothing I can do about that, folks. There's nothing left for me here in Kieferberg, you see. Still, I think everyone would miss you, Mr. Eugen. Please reconsider. No, I've made up my mind. But I do appreciate it, Elise. Even this key. I'll only be holding on to it until the evening. Until the evening, Mr. Eugen. It's too much responsibility, lass. I'm not too comfortable with it in my pocket, I must admit. Why not hand it over to someone else, then? I could take it to Mr. Gustav if you'd like. That's alright, Elise. There's no better place than Kieferberg, lad. Well, once again, we didn't rouse any suspicion there, and we know that he is going to try and hand off the key at some point. Perhaps we could intercept it. You ladies got anything new to say? Wonder why they're circling the windmill. Not because of the grain, that's for certain. Wonder if it's connected to our testament. And no, just an additional observation from Elise here. Do we get, like, similar things when we re-talked everyone? Fell's fever was rather serious, it seems. Let's pay him a visit before I head off to work. Indeed. Good idea, good idea. We're gonna head back that way anyway, so why don't we check out the church? Any people, milling about here on the way back through? Nope, just the crows, just the crows. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a lost cause to try and avoid these things altogether. I don't think we're gonna have much luck doing that. Into the church we go. Let's see, where is Apfel and where is Lebkuchen? Well, here is Lebkuchen. Ah, it's nice to see you, Elise. You've heard about Apfel, I assume. I only heard he was ill, but that's all. Oh, the poor lad. I can't bear looking at his little hands. What about them, Mrs. Dorothy? It's best you hear it from me, Elise, so you get the real story. You've been up all night, Lisbeth. We can tell her. That fella's fine now, as you can see, but last night I was awoken by him moaning, speaking nonsense. His fever was boiling him alive. We called for Father Hans and brought him to church, but that fella had never been so ill. I thought I'd lose him. He wasn't all there either, kept mumbling to himself. And I don't know how, but his hands are injured. It's horrifying. They were so bloody! It's as if they were pecked by something. I can't explain it. Please collect yourself, Mrs. Lisbeth. That's right, Mrs. Lisbeth. Take deep breaths. At first I thought you'd caught the goat sickness somehow, but it doesn't explain his hands or what happened to my goats. Oh, this is my disgrace. It's alright, Mrs. Lisbeth. We're all here for you. It's alright. What about the goats? It must have happened while we were oh, Jesus! While we were praying for Apfel in the church. When Mrs. Lisbeth went to fetch him dry clothes, she happened upon two of her goats lying on the ground. They'd bled to death. Their tongues had been ripped out, and their heads were severed too. You can rest assured we'll help you, Mrs. Lisbeth. I shall arrange for a doctor to come as soon as possible. What am I to do with one sick goat, Father? We'll make certain you and the children don't go without, Mrs. Lisbeth. You're welcome to have supper with Finn and I any time, Lisbeth. Thank you, but I don't have strength, Dorothy. Mrs. Dorothy will be looking after Apfel, Mrs. Lisbeth. You'd best go home and rest for the day. Of course, Father. Thank you. Come, I'll walk with you and Apfel home.
I'm sorry,
This is awful, Elise. I have to pay them a visit later. Goodness gracious, I was not expecting the dead goats jump scare. To say the least, to say the least. Got a little caught off guard by that one. I wonder if we could have gotten a bit more information on that ahead of time if we had looked into it. Or rather, went around Lisbeth's domicile. It's one thing after another, isn't it? But first things first, I have to figure out how I'm going to get my hands on that key. I'm a little peckish here as well, so we should probably eat up. I kind of wish we could use food in bulk, truth be told. Seems like we can only do one at a time. Let's fill out our food gauge, because we're going to have to do some work alongside Rosenmarine. And also, there is Rosenmarine's date poppin', but we are not going to do with that right now, so let me see. Later, we're going to have to ask Eugen about the key. That's what I was curious about. Unfortunately, we were not able to talk to Apfel. Perhaps he was not in any condition to be spoken to. Is everything alright, Mrs. Marielle? Oh, Elise, it's so horrifying. I think this would happen to Lisbeth, of all people. All on her own, with 2 young children, too. Well, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I haven't seen Grun all morning. I had a word with Mrs. Lisbeth early this morning. Grun was in tears. I couldn't bear the sight. Seems they're going to be in class with Dorothy and Lebkuchen. I'll see what I can do for them this afternoon, even if it's just keeping them company or entertaining Grun. Oh, I can only hope none of this misfortune gets sent my way. Does seem like bad things are happening around the town. Is that actually something we can do, is spend time with Lisbeth and her family? We also need to keep our keep our eyes open for Molly, because we definitely need to bribe her today. Again, anything I could do to get the heat off. Don't know where she would be hanging out, though. Wonder if there's any indication I could rely on to inform me of where she is. I kinda suspect there was something like that on the first day where we had the option to bribe her with pretzels, but I can't really be certain of that because I haven't seen it again. There was like a little speech bubble that appeared over Elise's head that looked like it had Maggie's portrait in it. The visage of Mandy. Let's see, what do you got? Ah, there you are, Elise. You seem troubled, Mr. Ludwig. All of Kieferberg's troubled, lass. Now, can you do me a favor? Bertha and I are thinking of spending a week in Primmeldorf after the festival. In Primmeldorf, Mr. Ludwig? My daughter has been insisting we visit, you see. Seeing our grandchildren would be good for Bertha, too. Why don't you visit more often, Mr. Ludwig? It's such a long way to Primmeldorf. It's really not that far away. Do me a favor, will you, Elise? Go ask Finn if he can look after my cabbages while I'm away. Your cabbages, Mr. Ludwig? They need daily tending to, and these crows aren't helping. But tell him he can't simply beat them with a hoe, you hear? Why would he do such a thing? Young lads are lazy, that's why. Okay, so, looks like we got a little side quest here. There's more than likely some of these on the previous days that I missed. They just didn't happen to be in any area that I was heading through, so, my loss there. But hey, a chance to do one of them now. Perhaps get some achievements, perhaps just being a helping hand around town will reduce suspicion, which is definitely something we could, do with. Let me see here. So this is, what, is this Eugen's stable, or is this, say, Mr. Finn? Ah, okay, who I was looking for regardless. I was talking to Mr. Ludwig and... Not the cabbages. Huh? Yes, he'd asked me to look after his cabbages. I know all about it, lass. He's losing his mind. What? A man is obsessed with his cabbages. He's been hounding me about them since yesterday. Well, alright, but what do I tell him, Mr. Finn? I'll do it. Whatever it takes to stop hearing about these wretched cabbages. Okay, don't beat him with a hoe, by the way. Just don't do that. That would be no good. Let's see what's up with, old Eugen here, the proper person I'm looking for. I'm not letting go until this evening, but there's nothing more I can do. I suppose I'll try talking to him later. Okay, I was curious about that. Maybe if you missed the opportunity to talk to him, or you were just really lazy and walked past him, that was one last chance to refamiliarize yourself. We're going to have to see if we can't work on our gift of gab to get the key from him. I imagine if we fail that, perhaps just basic thievery is also an option. Goodness gracious, Elise, you are incorrigible in that regard. Already putting the blame on for her for something she hasn't even had a chance to do. You bring good news, I'm certain. Mr. Finn said to leave it to him, Mr. Ludwig. Atta girl, Elise. Not the one looking after your cabbages, Mr. Ludwig. You still did me a favor, didn't you? For your trouble. Oh, hey, spice roast. Very nice. You didn't have to, Mr. Ludwig, but thank you. I'd best go tell Bertha our cabbages will be in good hands. Can you spread the good word around town and get people to stop thinking I'm a witch? I could really do with that, honestly. Would be appreciated, it would be appreciated. I mean, I guess no obligation, but yeah, you know. I scratched your back, so you'd do well to scratch mine, I feel. Oh, I haven't had a proper night's sleep since Friday. Elise says Pierre's been sleeping like an angel, I'd wager. Messing with me first thing in the morning, Mrs. Bertha? Yes, it was Bertha. My, there's hardly a need to threaten folks like that, Elise. How was that a threat, Mrs. Elma? You can tell us, Elise. There's no harm. Don't say it. You're the only one who knew about these crows. Why is that? There's nothing else I can say. Is Bertha taking a liking to teasing us, Mrs. Odalie? I suppose. Truly, Bertha, this isn't the time. I'm not teasing anyone. This is a legitimate question. It doesn't matter who saw them first, Bertha. What matters is that they're here, and they're not leaving no matter what we do. This is an omen, that's what this is. Come now, Odalie, let's get you home. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, like, it seemed like a brazen idea to say that we were the witch. Obviously, Elise would have been, I'm sure Elise would have been sarcastic when she said that, but it would have been needlessly stirring the pot, also. Oh, can't Saturday come any sooner? This week has brought us nothing but trouble. This crow is all about town, too. We ought to have believed you yesterday, Elise. It doesn't matter anymore, Mrs. Ariane. Oh, that's keeping me in good spirits at the festival, if I'm honest. You've heard about Apfel, Elise. The poor boy. I'll ask Mrs. Lisbeth what I can do for her later. She hasn't had time to look after herself, I'd wager. Oh, I can't bring myself to smile on days like these. That reminds me, I ended up spending the night out there. Because of the crows, isn't it? Together with Eugen, I heard. Poor lad hasn't had time to come to terms with what happened yesterday. Eugen will be gone by Sunday, you can mark my words. Excuse me. Mrs. Vilma? Boy, it just seems like everybody in the town is in low spirits at this point. Justifiably so. Lots of horrible things have been happening. Nothing on the vista here, but hey, it is a beautiful view. So I guess with all that done, we got one side quest done with a little bit of a verse to sweeten the pot there. So, let's see, that's just a health restorative. I was kind of hoping that would be a food item there, but whatever, I can live with that. Let's see, let's start with chickens here. So let's go talk to Marlin. The first one that we screwed up on, so crows, crows, and more crows. They're everywhere, aren't they, Mrs. Marlin? I can only hope they haven't broken into the chicken coop. Won't you go have a look for me, Elise? Absolutely. I don't think they would, if I'm honest. Why, these crows could very well have eaten all the eggs by now. Alright, and yeah, we'll take Rose and Marine's help. Out of my way, you feathered rat! I guess the first time we had Rose and Marine's help, it was a freebie. Alright, Chicken Frenzy. Round 2 with Rose and Marine on our side this time. I'm feeling good about this one. Yeah, just gotta get the rhythm right for plucking the eggs. Wonder what, does Rose and Marine just bail us out when we, like, make a bad input? Okay. Whoop. Ah, no! Okay, she bailed. She switched. No! Okay, never mind. Doing this one even worse this time. Come on. Pluck this one. Oh, whoop. There we go. Grab these. Nope. Ah, got a little bit of a peck there. Nope. Ah! So I see, like, Rose and Marine kind of tags in and lets us get back to it a little faster. I'm actually doing this one considerably worse than the first attempt. So let's see here. I might have to do a reattempt here. Keep, making missed inputs. It's like a weird rhythm you have to do to, keep up with this. Nope. Ah! No! Ah, goodness. Yeah, this is considerably worse than the first time I did this. Very bad. I am noticing that, like, as soon as the chickens start walking back, that's when, you can't start plucking anymore. There we go. Okay. We're definitely going to play, more Tiffle to run this one back, so, let's, not go with that first attempt. Yeah, rank B again. B is for bad, in my opinion, so let's try this one more time. That's why I kept an excess of Tiffle, so that we could give this another honest attempt. Alright, with a score of 40 and far fewer mistakes, I got an S rank. Heck yeah, that's another one perfected. Go me, go me. Alright, I think that's adequate, so let's not try again. Let's not press our luck here. You win! Delightful, delightful. Oh, so they were alright, I see. On the contrary, they were rather agitated. They sensed the crows, I'd wager. Here you go, Elise, for your time. Hey, you better. Nice! Thank you, Mrs. Marlin. Beautiful stuff. On to the afternoon here. We're gonna have to see if Freya is available to hang out with now, though we do also have to secure the key at some point. Alright, what is the goings-on for right now? Oh, there's Freya over there. Oh, hey, I see you there! It's you! Hello, Midge. That's enough. I'm not giving you one more crumb. But you promised me some Lebkuchen! I promised you nothing, Mercy! Ooh, that's a good one, Elise. Folks already think it's strange, Elise, that you knew about the crows since yesterday. You know what? Why don't you go ahead? Who's to believe a scrawny little squealer like you anyhow? Old Johan does, Elise. Mrs. Odalie does, too. Oh, do they? What are you telling them, then? That I saw you talking to those crows yesterday. There was a golden one, too, wasn't there? Why, you... Following you about town is truly so much fun, Elise. I just know you have Lebkuchen you promised me tucked away somewhere. Fine, fine. Here you go. Take it, Marcy. Hey, keep your mouth shut, you hear? I don't want to add any more of these folks' imaginations. Why? But they're not imagining anything, are they? Shut it, Muddy. Not one more word about this. I'll keep quiet, but I was wondering. I gave you what you wanted, so go away. Alright, but why don't you bring me some hearty soup tomorrow? Off with you, Mandy. I suppose I'll be safe for today. Hey, small favors, right? Small favors. So, what do we got available now? Let's see. We could play Kiss the Rat, or we could help with chickens again. Goodness gracious. I wanted to do something new. Or at the very least, head up to meet with Freya. Oh, well. We can, go around town talking to people. What I'd like to do right now, though, is, go, buy something from, Velma real quick. So, what we're looking for here is we would like, let's see, not some spice lettuce, but, well, we can buy the hearty soup ahead of time, I suppose. We'll go with some grape juice here, also, buy just a few of those. Buy the hearty soup ahead of time. And we've got that leather purse to sell, so I can get some of my money back. So, we're just going to use your services as a pawn shop real quick, if that is okay with you, Velma. Only 10 tiffle. That's a bit of a pittance, but good enough. More money is better than less money, alright? I look forward to seeing you, Elise. I think you've got a chance with Velma, Elise. She seems to be smitten with you. Perhaps for a little goody two-shoes too. Little goody two-shoes. Anyways, we need to just down this real quick to gain some sanity. Eat it, bottle and all. There we go. And I'll save one for later. Tempting to eat that hearty soup there, but let's just have our bread for the time being. Okay, talking to everybody. Should be better off marrying Eugen, I'd say. Who's marrying Mr. Eugen? Oh, Bertha's jesting, Elise. You have to agree, Marlin. They're about the same age, too. You can't be talking about Mrs. Lisbeth. Who else would I be talking about, Elise? Now, we can't be spreading this nonsense about town, you hear? It's far from nonsense. Those children need a proper father. Eugen's leaving first thing next Monday, anyhow. A big mistake, if you ask me. Not too certain about Eugen myself, but I must agree poor Lisbeth would be better off now if she'd remarried. Over here. Speaking of Eugen. It's a good thing Apfel's feeling better, Lisbeth. No use in brooding now. It'll only wear you out even more. Oh, I can't help but worry. Mr. Bernhard is right, Mrs. Lisbeth. Even so, you must keep an eye on the children. How's your horse, Eugen? Tired still. Poor thing's lying about in the hay. So are my goats. I think someone would do such a thing. I've been keeping calm, not wanting to rile folks up, but you've been too calm, I'd say. Cursing Kieferberg to hell won't bring my horses back, Bernhard. Someone ought to have done it, that's all I have to say. I must say, I'm starting to understand how these old folks feel. Mrs. Lisbeth? It's certainly easier to believe there's a witch, isn't it? I suppose. I mean, I can't really argue with that feeling. It's rather tricky now that we don't have Eugen's horses. You could lend us a hand, Freya.
Elise!
Oh, Elise, would you tell Papa to stop before he'll... Huh? Freya's as strong as I am, believe it or not.
Papa.
Looking rather flustered, aren't you, Freya? Because he makes it sound as if I'm I'd say it's an asset, not a fault, Freya. I'm not that strong anyhow. I must say, I'm curious to see that now, lass. Don't pressure her, Heinrich.
Wait.
Oh, but even I would like to see how strong she is. Alright, alright. Oh, goodness. How's this, then? I can't believe it. Gustav weighs as much as a horse, but look at that. She barely broke a sweat, too. That's actually sweet. Not in front of Elise, too. Huh? This is the kind of cheer Kieferberg needs. Truly, I'm tired of hearing about this witch. Maybe a show they can put on for the festival. Certainly would be a funny change of pace. Let's see, what do we got over here? We're just talking about you, dearie. Me, Mrs. McTilde? Oh, Elise, aren't you scared of these crows? They're more of a nuisance, I'd say. See, Brunhilde, Elise doesn't let it get to her. Oh, but there's so many. They haven't attacked anyone, have they? No, not at all. They're just hopping about town, it seems. It certainly is strange, but I don't think there's much harm. I don't think there's a witch about town, Mrs. McTilde. I'm old enough to know such things don't exist, Brunhilde. Truly, Mrs. Brunhilde, you can't listen to those old folks. No, I suppose that's true. we are, like, getting the reverse doubt spread. Anyways, we're not interested in playing Kiss the Rat right now. We already perfected that one yesterday, though. I mean, I guess we did just perfect, chicken cooping, so maybe just for the sake of variety. You should weave in more of the blue flowers, Linda. Didn't we leave the maypole to Freya this year? Freya clearly has better taste anyhow. Oh, dip. I don't remember inviting you to this conversation, lassie. Come now, Mrs. Vilma. Freya's not even finished with it yet. I'd say she'd be sad if you changed it without telling her, Mrs. Vilma. Why, I'd never do such a thing. I trust her judgment. I'm having her lend a hand with Reese, too, so you can find even more faults in her work, I see. I haven't asked you for a hand for a reason. It's best we keep calm. Throwing a little bit of shade there. No suspicion gained off the back of that, at least. Anything going on in the church, Father Hans? Would you like to cast more judgment on me? Let he who is without sin, after all, dear father. Alrighty. What are you up to, Rosemarine? This is tiring, Rosemarine. Asking about town, you mean? No, I don't think we can count on that. I should have chosen my words a little more carefully, I suppose. That's alright, Elise. We'll find a way. It's a little too late for that, Rosemarine. Well, I could turn back time and attempt it again. Either way, Elise, folks are rather restless. You haven't been asking about town yourself, have you? No, of course not. Alright, well, I'll call for you if I need you. I'll be here, Elise. I wonder what specific, event that was in reference to. Was it just, the, event before where we could have, played like we were, you know, tired and making up all the things? Don't go losing your wits like that, Odalie. Maybe best to rest for the day, Mrs. Odalie. Is everything alright? Eek! What's gotten into her? Odalie's terrified of the crows, Elise. Old Johann's right. It's that lassie and her cousin. Oh, for goodness sake. Something good for you, Odalie. Think about your health. Your heart can't take much more. Oh, but I can't settle down, Marielle. The Lord is with Kieferberg. We must not forget that. You have to put your faith in him, Mrs. Odalie. That's right, Odalie. You can't get swayed by whatever old Johann says. Do I look like a witch to you, Mrs. Odalie? Oh, I wouldn't know, lass. What do you mean you wouldn't know? Don't rile her up, Elise. We'll take care of her. Don't you worry, dearie. Looks like we've lost another one. Goodness gracious. The whole town is starting to turn against us, slowly but surely. What do we got going on over here? It's best you start confessing, Dorothy. A mother's sin passes on to her child, you know. Oh, for goodness sake. Why, it's a fact, Elise. What you ought to do, Dorothy, is wear your rosary all 9 months. Oh, I will, but Brunhilde, she... What about Mrs. Brunhilde? She's been doing these divinations. Why not let her, then? Mrs. Brunhilde is so anxious. It might make her settle down a little. Elise! How can you say such a thing, lass? Huh? Truly, Elise, this is rather dangerous. Whether we believe in the witch or not, she could hurt herself. I don't know what you've been doing behind our backs, Elise, but where's all this coming from? I'm saying is that Mrs. Brunhilde is an adult, and as such, Brunhilde is rather gullible, Elise. We all know that. Oh, you'd best get Elise away from Brunhilde, Dorothy. Why, you... Very obvious landmine there. There's no way we could have known what the proper thing to say was there. But hey, trying to make everyone happy all the time just makes you an obnoxious kiss-ass, so I suppose I can see the logic there. Oh well. Sometimes we'll blunder into these things. We're doing better than worse on suspicion today, at least. Possibly our last time to muck that up also. What are you fine gentlemen doing at the windmill here? Rosemarine's right. About to find a way to get in here. Asking around town should be enough. They've had their fill, I'd wager. The crows, Mr. Guido? They've been circling the windmill all the morning, the bastards. They haven't come for the grain even once. Would you say they won't? If they haven't attempted it until now. Who's to say, Elise? Can't leave the windmill, that's what. No, I was saying that maybe now... They're not coming for the grain because we're here, I'm certain. They'd come diving down the moment we left, I'd wager. That's a given. I suppose. At the very least, we played that one cool. That one seemed pretty obvious if we just immediately tried to get them to disperse the guard. We were just fielding a possibility there. Glad we were able to handle that one properly. Alright, looks like we've, really taken care of everything. Talking to everyone, done everything that we can possibly do for right now. So I think, you know what, we'll play another game of Kiss the Rat, but we've already seen me perfect this, so let's just get the dialogue out of the way. There she is. Catch her! Huh? Come play Kiss the Rat with us, Elise. Aren't you sick, Apfel? Not anymore. Been home resting all day. Apfel hates Kiss the Rat, but he can watch us. Oh, please, Elise, please. Okay, alright. For goodness sake, you don't have to beg. Hooray! Hooray! Hurry up, I'm gonna go play hide and seek next. And yeah, we'll take Rose and Marina along for this one as well. Good roast. Oh yeah, I'm killing it at this one now. There we go. After a rough start, we've got back-to-back S's on Kiss the Rat here. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Alright, kids, make with the dosh real quick. Kinda broke here, you see. Victory is ours. There you go. Off to bed now. Not a chance. We're playing hide and seek next. Why, you can have this, Elise. And with that, I'm not sure certain this was worth risking Apfel's health. You know, probably a fair assessment, but, you know what, it also made him happy, so I guess we can take solace in that. Alrighty. So what have we got to take care of now? Alright, romantic date available, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with Eugen at this moment, which I'm very much appreciative of, so we can save that for later in the evening. I'm actually going to take the opportunity here to take some of our, well-deserved gains here, and we are going to buy another bit of hearty soup so that I can actually restore both hunger and health in the same, meal. We're a little bit, hurt, and this will allow us to conserve the healing items that we do have. The ones that we don't have to hand off to, Melinda, we can use those for, a little bit of insurance during the witching hour later, if we even have a witching hour. I mean, we've had one every night thus far, so no reason to expect a sudden switch up there, but you never know, you never know. Alrighty, let us talk to the old folks here. It's as though you never had a fever yourself, old Johann. The lad was crying out to the witch, Mathilde! Where exactly did you hear such nonsense, Mr. Johann? Elise, finally someone to talk some sense into this fool. Lisbeth herself said the lad was delirious, lass. Mrs. Lisbeth never said anything about a witch, Mr. Johann. You have to stop spreading this nonsense about town. Folks are already tense enough as is, Johann. Old Stefan warned us about this, Mathilde. If I may ask, old Johann, what's so special about old Stefan's word? I must say, I'm curious, too. Old Stefan knew Kieferberg was fit to face many trials, lass, and now we're seeing them right before our eyes. What about the witch, then? Very true. I'm yet to see her out and about, Johann. Time will reveal all, I'll say. Okay. At the very least, he did not toss any more suspicion our way. Granted, he has not exactly gotten a ton of loyal followers yet. Let's see, our goal right now is to go talk to Freya. I was wondering, Elise, don't you find it strange the crows are still hanging about town? Now that you mention it, I already got the testament. There's no real reason for them to stay. Unless there's something else they want from you, Elise. Such as... oh, I wouldn't know. Something else they're wanting. They've guided you to the windmill. I suppose that was nice of them. How nice of them indeed. Maybe they're waiting to tell you something else? We'll see about that, Rosemarine. Alright, so let me see here. Actually, don't know, right. We were just there, and I just bought some Superma, of course. This disrespect to Velma, this Velma slander will not stand. Should we take a quick run around? I don't really feel like talking to any more people, but, should we take a quick run around just to see if there's any more favors we could do? Freya was just standing off to the side right where I couldn't see her. How embarrassing. I feel guilt. It's nice to see that the pigs are doing well. I would be beside myself if the piggies were also dealing with some problems. And I feel like the townsfolk would also be under duress about that. How could the poor pigs also be dealing with problems? Does the witch know no mercy? There's no witch. We gotta keep with Elise's story here. There's no witch. There is a perfectly sensible and reasonable explanation for all this. It is his doing. Who is he? Well, don't worry about it. Alright, nothing really going on here, so yeah, we'll just go on to Freya. That is gonna make me parent. Hey, wait a second. Interesting duo we got right here. Understood, Maddie? Oh boy. My auntie's going to... What have you done now, Molly? Elise, it's not what you think. I didn't... She stole one of Mrs. Alma's buns she had cooling on the windowsill. No, I didn't. She gave it to me, and Mrs. Alma had me give Molly here a good earful. Does your auntie not feed you, Molly? It's complicated. She doesn't. I'm still a growing lass, Elise. 8 buns a day isn't enough. 8? Either way, Missy, it's Muffy. Why can't any of you? Stealing is never justified, alright? You can come to me if you ever need anything. Oh, Lebkuchen. If only Elise were as kind as you. Why, you? Maybe it's best you go home to rest, Lebkuchen. I'll go with you. Give me some pretzels. Oh, for goodness sake, Mindy. Why don't you go ask Granny Gretel? Tell her I sent you. She'll give you anything you want. Hooray! Hooray! Will that get us off the hook for the bribe tomorrow? Probably not. That is more than likely wishful thinking, but whatever. I'm hoping that the ultimate payoff for this running gag is that eventually she gets her own name wrong. You know, like Butch and Cassidy from Pokemon. Okay, let's go here. Freya. As she is, I'll spend some time with her. Enjoying yourself, are you?
Elise!
I'm so glad you're here. I was losing my wits. Mrs. Vilma's been giving you a hard time, I wager. I don't want to be mean, but she can be a little pushy. Ill-bred and ungrateful, that's what she is. Goodness gracious, Elise. A little harsh, don't you think?
Elise!
All of Kieferberg would agree with me and you know it. Sit now. Let's stop talking about Mrs. Vilma for a moment. You put up with too much of these folks' nonsense, Freya. I don't have much of a choice the way I see it. Yes, you do, Freya. Folks have always praised me left and right, Elise. I can't help but feel like I ought to live up to their expectations. You don't have to live up to anything. You know that.
I know.
You wouldn't understand, Elise. Huh? Daisies truly do suit you best, don't they? You keep avoiding the subject, Freya. Not on purpose. It very much is, Freya. You know it. I know it.
I know.
I've always been ashamed of what I did, Elise. It's alright, Freya. It's in the past. Folks kept pitting us against each other when we were children, and I... Oh, Elise, I ought to confess. Huh? The eggs you picked from Mrs. Bertha that day, I broke them! I broke them on purpose. Freya! I made a mess of her laundry that day, and I was so afraid I had her give you an earful instead so she'd forget about me.
For goodness sake.
I'm so sorry, Elise. I did so many bad things back then. Blaming you for my blunders, getting you in trouble at every chance, telling the townsfolk you weren't capable so they'd ask for me, and...
I see.
It's alright, Freya. I didn't understand how I felt back then either, so I
For goodness sake.
don't hold any of that against you. Then, when you said I was overcompensating, I understand, Freya. I know how you feel now, alright?
Elise.
Things are different now, aren't they? We've been spending more time together, being honest with each other.
Elise.
I like being your friend, Freya. Let's put it all behind and... Oh no! The spine breaker! Oh boy, Elise is about to go through her own Nightfall arc here. I love spending time with you too. I've always wanted to get close to you. Freya, I can't breathe. Now that we're truly friends, I'm truly so Oh, I'm so happy! Freya! I ought to have said all of this sooner. Freya, dearie, how are the Reese coming along? It's Mrs. Vilma. How are you so strong? Before I go, Elise, I'll be home all afternoon tomorrow. I'll be there. Freya! I'm coming, Mrs. Vilma. For goodness sake. Oh. I think I'd better sit down for a moment. Oh boy, can we get through this relationship with Freya without ending up in traction? I guess we'll have to find out. Oh goodness. Oh, we got that little demo of her strength earlier, and now Elise gets a much more personal demonstration of it. Night has fallen, and we probably have a key to collect from Eugen. Let's see, so new objective to meet Freya at her house, but of course, that is tomorrow. Let's see. Don't forget to meet Lebkuchen at the bakery. So it looks like it's still, okay, so looks like Eugen hasn't exactly handed off the key yet. I wonder if that's something we can follow up on this evening. Long day today, was it, dearie? For you too, Mrs. McTilde? Not at all. I had a lovely nap just earlier. I can't remember the last time I took a nap. Let's call it the perks of old age, my dear. There aren't many, but I make the most of it. You're rather cheery, Mrs. McTilde. Why, most of the crows are gone, Elise. That's a relief, I must say. Makes one wonder why, doesn't it? Sure does, Mrs. McTilde. Sure does. Okay. I'm glad that our date with Freya today went so much smoother, even if it was worse for Elise's overall health. It'd have been really funny, honestly, if you actually took some damage from that date. And also, it could have been the potential for a hilarious tragedy if you were at the minimum health possible and Freya accidentally killed you. A little bit of missed opportunity for some tragicomedy, I think. Let's save the game here, and I think this is a good spot to call out the video, so that is where we'll leave off, obviously. Next time, we'll have to follow up on that whole ordeal with Eugen tomorrow, or perhaps the witching hour will see us an opportunity to make some bread, bake some bread. Can't we just make a soup out of the Testament? Honestly. But before we go, of course, I will leave you with the choice. Should we pivot back towards Rosenmarine, or should we follow up with Freya tomorrow and see just how far we can take this relationship? After all, we are doing the best with Freya right now. Not that that's really saying much, as we've bungled most of our opportunities, and I think we've just killed our momentum with Leb stone dead, so nothing too fine there. But let me know in the comments below, in the thread, and as always, hope you enjoyed watching. Hope to see you next time. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.